food truck unique in its own way. From the food they serve to how it's prepared in their custom manufactured truck. Food Truck Talks, Wednesdays at 9 a.m. Sponsored by Prestige Food Trucks.
All right, 5 minutes after 11 o'clock. It is a rainy Monday. I don't know if it's raining where you are, but it's been raining here kind of all morning long. There's a 100% chance we'll see rain today. I guess it goes without saying, because if you've seen it, then it's been there.
Yeah, it is here.
Right now, 74 degrees. Temperature's expected to climb only to 83 today. So, and tomorrow, just a slight bit less chance of rain. It says 80% chance for tomorrow. So I guess we'll see what happens tomorrow. All right, something really cool I set aside for this moment. There was, I'm sure you remember the golden record that was sent up on Voyager, the exploratory satellite or space Voyager. Do you remember this?
Yes, I do.
The NASA, the Space Center, sent up Pioneer 10 and Pioneer 11. They were both preceded Voyager. Both carried small metal plaques identifying their time and place of origin for the benefit of any space aliens that might find them in the distant future. So they're out there, and somebody might find them. You've never really been able to hear the golden records before, as far as I know.
Oh, okay.
But I have the sounds of them because they have uploaded them to the internet.
Yeah.
Anyway, so NASA placed a more ambitious message aboard Voyager 1 and Voyager 2 in a kind of a time capsule. This is intended to communicate a story of our world to extraterrestrials, if they're out there somewhere. The Voyager message is carried by a phonograph record. In other words, it's got grooves in it the same way a vinyl record would have. It's a 12-inch gold-plated copper disc containing sounds and images selected to portray the diversity of life and culture on Earth. Now, can you imagine if we found something like this? I mean, you would need to know how it worked. You would need to know, you have to have a needle in the groove. You'd need to know which direction to spin the thing. You'd need to know what speed to spin the thing. But anyway, with all of that knowledge, and I'm sure the scientists who put this together, they understood this is what has to happen. They even put instructions on the disc itself to kind of illustrate visually what you need to do. And of course, again, you're assuming things. You're assuming that these aliens perceive their reality the same way we perceive our reality.
Yeah.
With sight, with sound, with smell. Who knows? There might be another sense that we don't even know about. The contents of the record was selected for NASA by a committee chaired by Carl Sagan.
Nice.
The late, great Carl Sagan. Carl, at the time, was with Cornell University. He and other scientists there put this together. Dr. Sagan and his associates assembled 115 images and a variety of natural sounds, such as those made by surf, wind, and thunder, birds, whales, and other animals. And I want to play some of them for you in the course of this little piece here. They also added musical selections from different cultures and eras, and spoken greetings from Earth people in 55 languages, including English. I have the
Nice.
I have the English one ready to go. Let me find it for you. It's a little child. Sounds like a little boy to me, but it could be a girl.
Hello from the children of planet Earth.
No, it's got to be a little boy.
Sounds like a boy.
I can't imagine a girl sounding like that. Yeah.
But anyway, so they added all of the sound on this golden record, including messages, printed messages from President Jimmy Carter, who was president at the time, UN Secretary General Waldheim. Each record is encased in a protective aluminum jacket. Can you imagine if you found something like this? Can you imagine if some other alien, if it sent it to us, wouldn't it be the greatest find ever?
It would be.
It's almost like the Rosetta Stone.
Yeah.
I mean, didn't the Rosetta Stone help us decipher things?
It did.
Each record is encased, as I mentioned. It explains the origin of the spacecraft, and it indicates how the record is to be played. The 115 images are encoded in analog form. Keep in mind that this is before CDs were around.
Yeah.
The remainder of the record is in audio, designed to be played at 16 2/3 revolutions per minute. 16 2/3, which you couldn't even play it on our own record players. It contains the spoken greetings, beginning with the language of Akkadian, which was spoken in in Sumer about 6,000 years ago. So it's a language we don't even know about anymore.
Wow. Oh, my God.
And ending with the Wu language, which is a modern Chinese dialect. Following the section on the sounds of Earth, there's an eclectic 90-minute selection of music, including both Eastern and Western classics, and a variety of ethnic music. And again, you have to wonder, if there is anybody, first of all, and if they did find this, what would they even think when they heard all of this? Once the Voyager spacecraft left the solar system by 1990, both were already past Pluto. Anyway, they go into empty space, and it'll be 40,000 years before they make a close approach to any other planetary system.
Oh, wow.
Which means, okay, so 40,000 years from now, who knows what Earth is going to be like, you know?
And who knows where it's at now? I mean, does NASA like have a tracking beacon on it or something that it knows exactly where it's
it
is right now?
You know they probably do. You know they probably know where it is. Okay,
Yeah,
so here's the language, the Akkadian language. I wanted to show you this, and I'm assuming this is similar to the boy "Hello from Planet Earth."
Adanish Lushulmu.
Okay.
Okay.
That is the Akkadian language.
Wow, I've never heard of that language.
Well, and of course, it doesn't sound like anything I would know. So sounds from Earth. These are some of the sounds from Earth. I'm not going to play you the languages because it doesn't make any sense to do that.
Okay.
But this is a pulsar from Earth that they would hear. And can you hear that?
No. Oh, now I can.
A pulsar from Earth. And what that would tell them is, who knows what that would even tell them by hearing that sound? Okay? Something you can relate to more than that is this one. This is the sound of a mother and a child, and it sounds like a cat at first.
Sounds like a cat.
Yeah, I know. But see, would the aliens even know what this is?
Yeah.
I was laughing. Right?
Yeah.
Then the mother. Oh, come on.
Oh, come on. They could have had something better than that.
Here's a tractor and a bus. I mean, will the aliens even know what this stuff is? And 40,000 years from now, will any of us even know what any of this is?
Exactly.
So it's just a fascinating thing. So I wanted to show you some of those sounds. I'll play for you some of those sounds. Here's one in Spanish.
Hola y saludos a todos.
Okay.
Sayın
Hello.
Türkçe bilen arkadaşlarımız,
Oh, that's Turkish.
sabah şeriflerinize hayırlı
That's
olsun.
Turkish.
Do you have any sounds on there now that, like, a cassette moving that we don't use now? Because back then cassettes were prominent.
Sound of a cassette. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know about that.
That would be neat.
So all these sounds are now listenable if you want to hear them for whatever reason. They're all on a website called SoundCloud, and I guess you just put NASA Golden Record in the thing and it'll come up. Now I'm just scrolling through all of the different languages. Here's Morse code. Here's the language of Morse code. I'm assuming it's saying this is from planet Earth. But again, they would have to need to know how to understand
Exactly.
Morse code.
Exactly. So is there... Well, we're just... The United States is
and there's the sound of the ship.
NASA's just assuming that the aliens are familiar, have the same perception of sounds and everything that we do, but they might not.
And here's the language that not even you or I or anybody on Earth will understand. Not that one.
We understand this.
Not that one.
I was ready.
I'll play it for you when we come back. Plus, in addition to that, I want to tell you some of the other things that were brought into space just because.
Oh, how cool.
Just because. So
how cool.
We'll do that when we come back. This is The Source, WOCA Ocala.
The weather is brought to you by myfwc.com. Safe boating is no accident. A few heavy thunderstorms, otherwise mostly cloudy skies. Watch out for potential flash flooding issues. This afternoon's high 82 to 91. Partly cloudy skies seen with a shower or a thunderstorm tonight. Low 70 to 73 and a shower or a thunderstorm. Tuesday high 87 to 92. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm Michael Stack.
On this episode of What Not to Do, brought to you by
Mike Scott Plumbing. If water runs through it, we do it.
I thought I told you to call Mike Scott Plumbing to get this leak fixed.
I did call the plumbers. They were just here.
Let me get this straight. You're telling me Mike Scott Plumbing was just here?
Well, not exactly.
Well, then who exactly was here?
You know, the other plumbers. They were having a sale.
Is that why there's duct tape on my toilet?
Wait, I don't see any, that duct tape. Well, at least it matches the grout color.
There's a reason we only call Mike Scott Plumbing. They're on time, every time. They don't charge extra for nights, weekends, or holidays. And most importantly, and I need you to pay attention on this part, they actually fix it.
Okay, so you want me to try to fix it?
Yes, I do. By calling Mike Scott Plumbing, like you should have done in the first place.
Yes, dear. What's the number again?
You really should know this by heart. 866-314-4443.
Got it. 866-314-4443.
On next week's episode of What Not to Do.
Seriously? A helicopter?
Keep up with what's going on in the downtown area with Ocala Downtown Newspaper. Delivering thousands of newspapers to businesses in the downtown area, Ocala Downtown is there to keep you informed. They even have Tom's Picks, a free referral for people who are looking for a company to do work for them. Tom's Picks will refer the company that fits your needs, and all we ask in return is that you tell them where you heard about it. It's simple. For more info, just call Tom's Picks, 352-804-1223, and pick up your copy of the Downtown Ocala newspaper today.
Now read Ocala Downtown Newspaper online. Career Source Citrus Levy Marion brings together business and community partners, economic development leaders, and educational providers to connect employers with qualified, skilled talent and job seekers with employment and career development opportunities. Tune in the first and third Wednesday of each month at 9:30 a.m. to Career Source Citrus Levy Marion and learn how they can help you.
Hey, Matt, I know Sunrise Automotive does auto stuff, but I need some tires for my truck. Can you recommend someone?
Yes, I can. We do that.
No, I mean I need them installed and balanced and all that.
Yep, we do that.
Well, my son needed his windows tinted.
Yep, we do that.
I need my seat replaced.
Yep, we do that too.
I need a new roof line, and a new spoiler, and a new trunk.
We can even do that too.
Okay, I get it. I suppose you can also do a radio show too, huh?
Well, as a matter of fact, join me every Monday at 10 for auto repair with personal care here on The Source.
Of course you do.
All right, 18 minutes after 11 o'clock. Thank you for tuning in. If you were looking for something to do on a rainy day, your choice of listening to the radio was a good one, because I think this is a pretty fascinating topic. So we've been talking about the different things that were sent into outer space with the thought that one day an alien might find these spacecraft. I mean, it is a needle in a haystack kind of a circumstance, but you never know. I mean, it is such a big, vast universe. It's just amazing to even think about this. What I find interesting is there was a story just this morning or yesterday that there were 2 planets that were found in the exosystem, or what are they calling it now? Planets that exist outside of our solar system.
Okay.
Planets that exist outside of our solar system, and they were saying that these planets have rocky surfaces, and they're saying that these planets have the likelihood of water, and they're saying that these planets have the necessary ingredients to sustain life. They don't say they have life on them, of course, but they say they have the necessary ingredients to sustain life, and yet. And see, they say this with such certainty, and I'm not doubting them. How would I know? But they say that with such certainty, and yet the other, week ago or so, when we finally reached Pluto for the first time, which is the farthest planet in our solar system, they were saying, oh my gosh, we didn't know this. Oh my gosh, we didn't know that. Oh my gosh, look at those formations. Oh, we didn't realize they had an ice cap on Pluto. I mean, all of the stuff they were saying about Pluto that they didn't know, and yet they can say with certainty that a planet in another solar system, which is light years away, and they somehow know for certain. See, I don't need there's part of me that thinks, nah, they don't have a clue, they're just guessing, and B, Well, maybe there's only A. I don't know. All right, so go ahead.
Yeah, but when they use that term "sustain life," they're equating it with sustaining the life that exists on the planet Earth. Maybe there's some other life that can exist in a different form without having the benefits of Earth.
Oh, then you really want to get kind of mind bending. Is the life as we know it is only known by us because we are in the same frequency as those things around us. So everything on this planet is part of the same frequency of this planet, including you and I and those trees and that lady and the dog and everything else. And so we can only perceive those things within our own frequency, which means that there easily could be a whole world on what looks to be an abandoned planet like Mars.
Exactly.
So there could be a whole life going on right now, but because we don't have that same frequency, we can't see it, hear it, taste it, smell it, and perceive it.
That's right. Exactly.
So here's the language that the aliens won't understand because even you and I don't understand it, although there might be some creatures on this planet that can understand it. Here it is. You'll recognize it right away. There you go. That's actually on the record. They put a chimpanzee on the record with all these people. So the alien who finds this stuff is going to say, "Wow, let's try and figure out that language."
What a great sex night!
Or now here are the first tools. They have the sound of the first tools. The sound of the first tools.
Was it a rock?
It sounds like a heartbeat. I don't know what that is. And they have all these greetings, and then they have music. Oh, they have a tame dog as opposed to a wild dog. So, what? and then here's the wild dog. Wow, that's a wild dog.
Is he growling?
They labeled it wrong.
Yeah, they did. That's not a big.
That sounds like a wind. Not a wild dog.
Yeah, animals can't growl.
It says wild dog. If you go to
a wild wind.
If you go to SoundCloud. All right, here's another. Here's the sound of mud pots. Can you imagine that some alien finds this record and tries to figure us out?
Yeah, exactly.
Based on all this stuff, and then of course they have music of the Beatles.
Of course.
Yeah, you have to put the Beatles up in space.
Oh, well, you do. Everybody loves them.
So,
what song are they playing?
I don't know. They have Mozart, Beethoven, Blind Willie Johnson, Chuck Berry, the Beatles, Here Comes the Sun.
George.
Oh, I see. Oh, EMI told them they couldn't send it because it's copyright infringement. Oh, man.
Oh.
Can you imagine those aliens stealing that song? And a message from President Jimmy Carter. Anyway, so here
I would have ignored.
So here's other things. In 2011, NASA launched orbiter Juno with the intent to study the planet Jupiter. It was equipped with Legos of Galileo.
Okay.
Legos, the toys.
Legos. Okay.
Galileo, of course, studied the planet and its moons, and the Roman gods of Jupiter and Juno. The orbiter will reach the gas giant next July. So it was launched in 2011. It'll get there by 2016. Okay?
Okay.
And here's the story of Clyde Tombaugh. Clyde Tombaugh is the name we probably said a week or two ago when we were talking about Pluto, because he is the scientist, the astronomer who discovered Pluto in 1930. Mm-hmm. He may not have lived long enough to see his discovery up close, but an earthly remnant, some of his ashes, are on the New Horizons spacecraft, which came within 7,800 miles of Pluto last month.
Wow.
Gosh. So did you hear that in the news? I don't remember hearing that the ashes, some of the ashes of the guy who discovered Pluto actually went to Pluto, or 7,000 miles from Pluto.
I remember you said the name of the guy that discovered it, but I don't remember the report that some of his ashes were up in space there by Pluto.
His daughter is Annette Tombaugh. And she said when he looked at Pluto, it was just a speck of light. To actually see the planet that he had discovered and find out more about its atmosphere, find out more of what it is, and actually get to see the moons of Pluto, he would have been astounded. So there you go.
Well, maybe they'll upgrade it again and take it from dwarf planet status and put it back as a real planet.
Other things that were sent up into outer space, besides that golden record and those sounds and everything else, and the ashes. Apollo 12 astronauts incorporated some photographs in their checklist for the mission, which included a 1967 centerfold of Playmate Dee Dee Lind.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so
whoever she is, I'll have to look her up.
Well,
now.
She's one of those centerfolds from Playboy magazine.
Yeah, but she's naked.
I bet she is.
Yeah. I wonder if she signed it when they got back.
Coca-Cola spent $250,000 inventing a can that could work without gravity for use on the space shuttle, and Pepsi didn't want to be left out.
Okay.
So NASA let them both take part. In 1985, 4 cans of Coke and 4 cans of Pepsi went up into the Challenger.
Okay. And who won?
I don't know.
That was a challenge.
It says the astronauts were unimpressed.
Yeah. Well, didn't Bruce Mozart do that underwater? I mean, that's like, when you're underwater, you don't have gravity, and he drank soda.
That's right. Bruce could have said, "I know how to drink soda in a weird environment."
That's right.
What was the secret? You blow into it.
Yeah.
Instead of
in a weightless environment.
Right.
Yes.
So the Challenger exploded in '86, right?
Mm-hmm.
So in '85 is when the soda went up. Okay. In 2007, a mission of the Space Shuttle Discovery included an addition from George Lucas, the guy who made Star Wars, right?
Yes.
And he sent up a prop lightsaber that was used by Luke Skywalker in Return of the Jedi.
Oh, cool. Well, you got your quirks there, so you said, what would we send up?
Other Star Wars items were sent into space as well. Toy mementos, things like a Star Wars toy that might have meant something in their lifetimes, were brought up by the astronauts into the space rockets. Voyager 1 is currently more than 12 billion miles away, carrying that golden record.
Wow, 12 billion miles.
And answer to your question, do we know where it is? The thing still sends messages back.
Wow.
The signals that it sends take more than 17 hours to get here.
Gosh. Yeah, but still, that's pretty amazing. 17 billion miles away, 17 hours to get here. It's wow, that is really amazing. It's just, I love this space stuff.
Noting that NASA had received a message that proved there was intelligent life elsewhere in the universe, a sketch on Saturday Night Live observed that the aliens had transmitted 4 words.
Mm-hmm.
Send more Chuck Berry. That's funny.
I thought you were going to say it was a visit from the Coneheads.
I might have been. Send more Chuck Berry. All right, well, I thought you'd find that interesting.
It is very, very fascinating.
So when you look up into the sky and you see things floating out there, just remember that we've got stuff up there right now.
Yeah.
Including Clyde Tombaugh's ashes and a golden record that has at least one cut on it that sounds like this.
Hello from the children of planet Earth.
There you go.
I love that. Chills.
All right, we'll take a little break and we'll be... Fun with Joe is next.
Yes.
No, first we call Jerry's Ponagon, and then we have Fun with Joe.
Right.
And it's August, so the game with Joe today is August History.
Yay!
We'll be right back.
The weather is brought to you by myfwc.com. Safe boating is no accident. A few heavy thunderstorms, otherwise mostly cloudy skies. Watch out for potential flash flooding issues. This afternoon's high 82 to 91. Partly cloudy skies seen with a shower or a thunderstorm tonight. Low 70 to 73 and a shower or a thunderstorm. Tuesday high 87 to 92. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm Michael Stack.
WOCA, WOCA. Hi, this is Buddy Martin. Listen to the voice of Ocala right here weekdays from 3 to 6 p.m.
Broadcasting from the Paddock Mall Studios, this is WOCA, Ocala, Gainesville, The Villages, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
Fox News Radio, I'm Karen McHugh. Today, the Senate tries to take away federal funding of Planned Parenthood.
The Republican-controlled Senate will take a procedural vote today on legislation to take taxpayer dollars away from Planned Parenthood. The move comes after undercover videos surfaced showing employees talking about procuring aborted tissue for medical research. Democrats are expected to filibuster, so Republicans face votes to move the bill forward.
Fox News Radio's Rachel Sutherland in Washington. The Commerce Department reports that consumer spending rose in June by the smallest amount in 4 months, just 0.2%. Cutbacks on big-ticket items the reason. If you've ever wanted to view what was left of the 2 doomed space shuttle missions, here's your chance.
2 pieces of debris, one from each shuttle, will be on display at the Kennedy Space Center. They will be in a special exhibit along with personal artifacts of the 14 astronauts lost.
Fox Radio's Eben Brown in Miami. Fox News. We report, you decide.
Geico applauds your inner road name.
A slow clap goes out to your biker alter ego. You might be mild-mannered Michael in the office, the guy known for raising his hand in meetings, but out on the open road, it's Motor Mike. Geico supports you and your bike, Motor Mike, because beyond cars, Geico insures motorcycles. Those glorious